A Course in Miracles Audio Lessons, Lesson 103. God, being love, is also happiness. Paragraph 1. Happiness is an attribute of love. It cannot be apart from it, nor can it be experienced where love is not. Love has no limits, being everywhere, and therefore joy is everywhere as well. Yet can the mind deny that this is so, believing there are gaps in love where sin can enter, bringing pain instead of joy. And this takes us to a footnote that reads, based on text discussion, the gaps in love would include the apparent gap between you and your brother. This is found in Miracle Principle 28, in Chapter 28, Section 7, Paragraph 3, Line 1, and would even include the world itself. What is the world except a little gap perceived to tear eternity apart and break it into days and months and years? End of footnote. Paragraph 2. This strange belief would limit happiness by redefining love as limited and introducing opposition in what has no limit and no opposite. Fear is associated now with love. And we have another footnote that reads, the idea here seems to be that if there are gaps in love, such as a gap between our brother and ourselves, then that must ultimately trace back to gaps in God's love, which would cause us to associate fear with Him. This situation is described in detail in the text. The compromise the least and littlest gap would represent in His eternal love is quite impossible, for it would mean His love could harbor just a hint of hate. His gentleness turns sometimes to attack, and His eternal patience sometimes fail. All this you do believe when you perceive a gap between your brother and yourself. How could you trust Him then? For He must be deceptive in His love. Be wary then. Let Him not come too close and leave a gap between you and His love through which you can escape if there be need for you to flee. End of footnote. I'll reread the sentence. Fear is associated now with love, and its results become the heritage of minds which think what they have made is real. These images, with no reality in truth, bear witness to the fear of God. Forgetting being love, He must be joy. Paragraph 3. This basic error we will try again to shift to truth today, teaching ourselves. God, being love, is also happiness. To fear Him is to be afraid of joy. Begin your longer exercises for today with this association, which corrects the false belief that God is fear. It also emphasizes happiness belongs to you because of what He is. Paragraph 4. Allow this one correction to be placed within your mind each waking hour today. Then welcome all the happiness it brings, as truth replaces fear and joy becomes what you expect to take the place of pain. God being love, it will be given you. Bolster this expectation frequently throughout the day and quiet all your fears with this assurance, kind and wholly true. God, being love, is also happiness, and it is happiness I seek today. I cannot fail because I seek the truth. End of lesson 103. God, Being love is also happiness. Enjoy your practice.